Question 29 reads, an archaeologist estimates that as a result of erosion, the height of the Great Pyramid of Giza has been decreasing at a constant rate since it was built. The function above is used by the archaeologist to model the height, ht, in feet of the pyramid t years after it was built. According to the function, which of the following statements is true? Before we go into the answer choices, we need to understand that this is a linear equation. Okay? We can look at it and identify that it's a linear equation, and it also says at a constant rate in the question, and so your mind should be automatically shifting towards linear relationships. And so this is our y-intercept, and this is our slope. Okay, the coefficient of the variable is the slope. Okay, and so now we can look at the answer choices, and if you read through them, they're all concerning the slope, and so we'll ignore the y-intercept for now, but and we'll look more about into the slope. Okay, so I'm going to rewrite the slope as negative 1 over 175 into t, right? Well, the best way to understand the slope is by substituting numbers. Let's say t equals 175. So t years after it was built. So 175 years after built, what is the decrease? Well, if I sub in negative 1 into 175 over 175, well, the 175 is cancelled and it becomes negative 1. What does that negative 1 mean? It means a decrease by 1 foot. Okay, so 175 years after the Pyramid of Giza was built, the decrease in height should be 1 foot. And so I can replace a lot of numbers in and actually understand the slope. But we understand right now, so far, what this slope is with 1.175, right? And so now let's look at the answer choices. Well, A, every 1,750 years, the height of the pyramid decreases by 10 foot. Let's replace those numbers in. Well, negative 1 into 1,750 over 175. Actually, this is going to be negative 10. And so A is the answer because 1,750 years after it was built, there's going to be a decrease by 10 feet of the height of the Pyramid of Giza. And so these points match up perfectly. And if we look at B, so our answer is A, but let's just look at B. If every 175 years, the height of the pyramid decreases by 0.1 foot. Well, we already did this point exactly, 175, as our first example to understand the slope. And we found out the decrease associated with this number is actually negative 1 foot. And so that's obviously wrong as well. And if you check out the other answers, it makes sense why A is our answer. If you just want to have a quick recap of what the y-intercept is, it is our starting value, okay? It is our starting value, right? And so before the day the Pyramid of Giza was built, that would be the height, okay? So 481, before any years have elapsed, 481 would be the height of the Pyramid of Giza. And so our answer, that's just additional information if you wanted to understand linear equations a bit more, but our answer for this question is A.